so grateful to everybody who's welcomed us and who has been showing us around. This morning we went to visit a community on the outskirts of Lusaka where there has been a lot of cholera, a lot of sickness, and WaterAid has worked with the community to install a water supply. It went live, the taps were turned on just 2 months ago, so we saw where the pump is, where the water is stored, where the water is chlorinated, and then we saw some of the tap stands where the community can collect the water.
This afternoon we're at Matero East School. So this morning we heard a lot about all of the work that they've been doing around WASH, and that includes training, teaching, actually manufacturing pads and so on for girls, manufacturing stands for water, and also reusing the caps that they get from water bottles. So teaching everybody about why it's important to recycle these types of materials.
We've seen work that has been, or support from WaterAid to those communities to develop ways in which WASH can be incorporated into everyday life for everybody. Because it's not just the people that we've interacted with today who've been talking about what they have done in terms of their WASH techniques, their addressing the problems for menstruation for young women at school, making facilities available for fresh water, for hand washing. It's the way that we have learned that they then go back into the community, they spread this. So there's a big multiplier effect from the small start. And what we've seen is the incredible enthusiasm and commitment of all of these people.
So what I encouraged the women to do was that why don't they work with a small business person, either through a bank or some of the social structures, and then find a way to make sure that things that they're going to use that loan for will be things that they can sell. Because the women initially were thinking about buying land or a property where they could just put their sewing machines. But rather than that, find a way to take a loan, buy the sewing machines, start making sanitary pads, selling those so that they could repay the loan, and then maybe later they could get a larger loan to be able to afford to get a place. It was a very, very impressive engagement with the women.
We've had a fantastic report from the headmistress who tells us that in this school precisely, they've seen an increase in enrollment, they've seen better attendance, and they've seen fantastic engagement from all of their learners through the School WASH Club, and they're now championing the approaches that they're learning in school and bringing them all back into their communities. We're very grateful for the work that the school is championing and for the representation and for the scale that's coming out as a result of how they're taking everything that they're learning from the work with WaterAid and sharing it out there with the wider communities. From the discussion with Debs, just to appreciate his emphasis around the concept of hygiene behavior change. It's a resource-constrained environment, we appreciate, but we definitely do recognize that with locally available resources, it's possible to do so much. The appeal is for greater support and more support so that we reach more schools, so that we reach more communities with behavior change, so that more young people have the opportunity to find employment, to find opportunities to undertake businesses as a result of water, sanitation and hygiene. And while we're doing so, by using any little and local availability resources, we can translate the concept of hygiene to make it an everyday normal for everybody everywhere in Zambia. It's been a fantastic day and looking forward to wrapping up the rest of the week. Thank you.